I'm Jess Davis with the Ulster County Regional Chamber of Commerce, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Jess Delicious. Today we're on Broadway in Kingston at the Anchor Cafe.
So we're gonna clean you out of the floor.
Okay.
Let's do what else?
Vanilla bean. We can't get these old-fashioned omelets anymore. Nobody does them.
Yeah.
And for old timers like us, we miss those. That's
Bringing them
what
back.
we're looking for.
We are where the magic happens. This is the Donut Kitchen, which I think some people know used to be our laundry room at the Anchor. We have our small little donut kitchen with our fryers, and we're gonna learn how to make some old-fashioned sour creams and the mochi donuts, which I know are some of your favorites. What we're really known for here at the Anchor is our sour cream old-fashioned donuts. So when you're talking about donuts, there's cake donuts, which tend to be dropped in, which we make those, so they get deposited. There's raised donuts, which use yeast. What really drove me into doing the donuts is I love an old-fashioned donut, and you really can't get them anywhere around here. They're super crispy on the outside and thick and dense on the inside. Kind of if you thought of like a deep-fried pound cake or something. Pressure's on. You'll see it feels very soft. The sour cream interacts with the baking powder and it kind of makes an explosion. That's also why they're not uniform. So it has all these like nooks and crannies, which makes it more crunchy. So our mochi donuts is something really special, and it's something I'm really proud of. When I first started making the donuts, we have the sour cream, which is great. But I have so many customers at the Anchor that are vegan and gluten-free. Came up with mochi, which are primarily made with glutinous rice flour and tofu, believe it or not. So these guys will fry up. They're super chewy and bouncy in the center, and then they'll be nice and crispy on the outside. So the way we make these is we make our dough, which I've pre-made here, and then we make little balls. So they're pre-made, so I'm just reforming them. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take 6 of these balls and make a little flower on a piece of parchment paper. This parchment paper is gonna go right in the fryer. So I'm gonna take this guy like this, and I'm gonna drop them in the fryer.
Wow.
There you go. These take a lot longer to cook. They're very labor intensive, but it's worth it.
These are just ready
You wanna eat?
for us to sample.
Should we cheers?
Yes.
Cheers. I really do think the all natural, just plain, are the best.
So warm and fresh.
We've got some work to do this morning, and we are gonna start with some cold and hot beverages. Brandy? Right now you're drinking my personal favorite. It is a Shakerato, which is a double shot of espresso, and we use half and half, but you can substitute. We have almond, oat, skim, whole milk. So we just put the espresso, your dairy, and the syrup, and we shake it up so it's nice and frothy. It is so refreshing and tasty. It's one of my favorite things.
This is excellent, and I am definitely coming back for this, and I'm probably gonna ask for it hot.
Yeah, definitely. We can do it hot for you. We just love having all natural flavors, which makes a difference. Right now, you're about to drink our Nitro Cold Brew. So we make the cold brew in-house, and since we have our whole beer system, why not pour it through the Nitro line? You'll notice that it has a creamier consistency. That's all the air, the nitrogen that gets in there that makes it feel that way. So it's just super smooth, refreshing, nice, and it's something that we'll always have here year round. And of course we have lattes.
Hot lattes with
Get
a
nice.
little bit of latte art.
We have a whole bunch of different natural syrups to choose from. That one there is unflavored because the coffee's just so good. Sometimes you can just drink it straight.
It is, it's perfect. Okay, we are on to some breakfasty sandwiches, and Brandy's gonna tell you what I'm eating while I'm eating. First up.
So that's a New York classic. That is a bacon, egg, and cheese on a sesame bagel. Right now we have a bunch of different breakfast sandwiches you can choose from. We have one with a burger. We have one what's called Hot Death, and it has our ghost pepper sauce on it. It's so hot and spicy. I'm not gonna make you eat that though.
Delish.
It is, isn't it? It's all fresh, and it's applewood smoked bacon on there. Amazing.
So good. Okay.
Okay, so this is Lox of Love. So it's New York lox on an Asiago bagel with red onion, tomato, and plain cream cheese. But you can choose. We have a bacon horseradish cream cheese that's so good. Roasted garlic. We have a garlic herb, veggie, all different flavors, and we make them in here. We wanted to take a similar approach that we do to our burgers with the cream cheeses and just really experiment and try different flavors. It's good,
Lox
isn't it?
is so good.
It's so good.
Can we talk about the chewy bagels?
I know, those bagels are so good. We actually do not make the bagels in-house. We don't have the capacity, but we found a great distributor that sends them to us par-baked. And what that means is they come in and then we get to finish them off. So they're super warm, chewy, and fresh.
Kids classic, right? But
It is our rainbow bagel. So the bagel itself has no flavor, just a lot of color and fun. And then that cream cheese is maple, and it's made with tree
sweet.
juice maple syrup. So it's a local syrup. It's sweet. It's something fun. These here aren't toasted. You can get them toasted. We even have a honey butter made with local honey. So if you get it toasted, oh my God, so good.
I am so glad that you asked me to try this today because I was here yesterday for an egg and cheese, and I was looking at the menu and I was back and forth and hemming and hawing. I went with the egg and cheese, but now I don't have to miss out. I'm gonna try this today.
This is one of my mad scientist inventions, but it's actually just really good. It is a PB&J. So it is
Yum.
peanut butter, jelly, grape jelly, and then bacon. And I put it here on a cinnamon raisin bagel.
Perfection. I love to come here and pick out a bunch of donuts and take it home in this fun pizza box. What we do in my house is we grab a knife and we just sample all of the different donuts, and we come back for our favorites in seconds and thirds until they all disappear. Brandy, I know some of my favorites are here. I'm a big Fruity Pebble girl. I love strawberry everything. Strawberry mochi is one of my favorites. There's some really pretty things here.
So first off, we'll start with, that's our mochi, all natural flavorings for our glazes that we make, and ube. So ube is this great Polynesian sweet potato that's commonly used in Southeast Asian desserts. It's sweet and it has like almost an undescribable. It definitely doesn't taste like any sweet potato that you're familiar with, but it's sweet and slightly tropical. I've actually had people even say it just tastes purple. Right now you're breaking into one of my favorites, the pistachio cardamom, and that's on an old fashioned. So we make our pistachio glaze, and then I use fresh cardamom that I grind up and I mix it in and we drizzle that on. Now you're breaking into one of our new ones we just came out with, and that is peach bourbon. And we actually use Basil Hayden in that glaze.
Gosh.
And it has our applewood smoked bacon on it.
That is delish. I did not know I was going to be tasting peach with bacon. It's like that southern donut feel, right?
Yeah, definitely. This is one of our most popular sellers. It is a devil's food cake with a salty peanut butter, and then we drizzle it with some more chocolate, and then we do the pink nonpareils, which gives it like a little bit of like crunchy texture. Super fun. Our devil's food cake donuts are super moist and they're crispy on the outside.
It's like a funny bone. Reminds me of a funny bone, like a reverse funny bone. Okay, this one is so pretty. Like, it makes me think of
This is the
tea in the garden or something.
Definitely. That one is La Fleur, which is also one of our really popular ones. And for that one, we use orange blossom, rose water, we use lavender, a little bit of sea salt, and then to decorate it, we put edible rose petals on it. So that's horchata. I just got back from Mexico last week, and I came back and I decided to do a bunch of different donuts. that were inspired by my trip there.
Yum.
Horchata is a type of milk cinnamon spice drink. It kind of tastes like the holidays, but it's still refreshing.
I don't know if you see me working towards my favorite for last.
I do. One of the newest things we added to the menu are our fluffies. So these are a raised or a yeasted donut. The recipe I use makes it super buttery, so it's fluffy, buttery. That has just our base glaze on it, and I sprinkled some fruity pebbles.
It's like the glaze that you put on these fluffies, it just blankets the donut, and they're fluffy and delicious and buttery. So when we heard that you were changing things up, Brandy, selling the building, didn't know what was next, I think everybody got super nervous because everybody, you want an Anchor burger, right? So when we got the announcement that we're not going to give up our Anchor burgers with these changes, it really became exciting.
We're gonna have the bagels, we're gonna have the donuts, because that's where we're ultimately going at the end of the day. Once the business sells, which could take a while, we're gonna open up Hole in the Wall, and we'll have that stuff there. Right now we're operating as a hybrid between the Anchor and Hole in the Wall. We're offering cafe style hours, which means we're open from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We are hoping to expand, be open earlier. One of the things we were excited to do was to bring back our burgers. We're calling them lunch combos, and they come with fries. And each one that you order comes with your choice of protein. So you can choose our Kilcoin beef burger, which is what you have there. You have the Corridor Deluxe, so that's American cheese, our applewood smoked bacon, lettuce, tomato, and onion on a brioche bun. And of course the pickle on the side and the fries. But you can actually choose to substitute that out with an all-natural chicken breast, a fried chicken cutlet, our Impossible burgers, which are vegan, or our frickin' chicken, which is a vegetarian soy-based chicken that's fried. So we really try to cover all the bases. We still have our gluten-free buns. You can actually get that on a bagel, and soon you'll be able to get that on a donut as well.
I love that you stuck with Kilcoin Farm grass-fed beef, because I know I can come here and get a good healthy burger, choose to have the bun if I'm feeling the carbs, or lose the bun. I mean, it's going to be fantastic. So you still got some beer to go with the burger here.
Yep. We are doing $5 draft beers and $5 cans of beer, so just super affordable. And one of the things we didn't bring up is that we're sitting on the patio. So we are only doing counter service, so everything is takeout. And the reason why I use air quotes is we have our dining room and our patio open, so you're welcome to get your food, sit down and enjoy it.
I love this new concept. I think it works for you. I think it works for your team. I think it works for the community. We can come in, your price point is fantastic. The variety is incredible. And I'm really excited for the future.
Me too. One thing you have to try before you go.
Okay, I'll do it.
Is so good. So a majority, one of the things with baked goods is you have leftover baked goods usually after every trip. A majority of our leftover donuts go to People's Place or the different free community fridges, which if you're not familiar with them, you can look them up. They have their own Facebook page. But we started this week making bread pudding out of the old-fashioned donuts. These are
brilliant. Whether you're coming for the coffee or the donuts, the beer or the burgers, you've just got to get here because everything at the Anchor Cafe is just delicious.